something about your vibe. It's something about your vibe. It's something about your vibe, ain't it? And you just wanna drive. You don't wanna ride, cause you the type to drive me crazy, ain't it? And you don't wanna plug. How the fuck I fall in love? You must be like a drug, ain't it? What really fucked me up is when you pulled up. You ain't even treat me like I'm famous. I can't lie.
It's your girl TampaMystic, and we are back with another episode, a docuseries, Industries Most Wanted Podcast. I got Virginia with me today.
Yes, sir.
CEO Verse, what's happening, bro?
We in here. Y'all know I'm checking in with Tampa.
Hey, man, listen, we got a lot to talk about. We're just going to dig today. I really want people to know your journey because, we've already, had a conversation, and I know you've had a lot going on to lead up to where you're at right now. So I just want to take it back, man, because everything that you've been through in your life has brought you to the point of where you're at today. So let's take it back, man. Talk to us when you was, a youngin', when you was a jit. What was you doing?
I tell you, I was a jit, man. I was cutting grass. Like, I was a professional lawn care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a professional with the weed eater and all that. I used to do that every day. That's how I was getting money when I was a kid.
Yeah. I know that, we had a conversation and you talked about, both of your parents had a heavy influence on you because they were both very business-minded. Shout out to Mom Duke, shout out to Pops. And you also said that your granddad really instilled in you that, you gotta figure out ways to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? And, with that being said, you're like, let me get out here and push this lawnmower. Let me cut this grass. And, I think that's so important because that leads up to who you are today.
Exactly.
So, what were some of the things that you was into? I know you was into hustling at a young age and learning how to get your money, but what else were you into that may have led you up to having an interest for music?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much was into music and just getting money since I was a kid. Like, I was probably doing the lawn care since I was like 10, 11. But at first, I was just picking up sticks, you know what I'm saying, helping clean up the the bullshit. So probably by the time I was like 13, 14, it was like I knew I was good with the music. It was easy to just go to the studio and make something. It's like all my friends like, oh yeah, this hard. But then once I moved to Virginia Beach, and then they heard the Richmond lingo down there, they like, oh no, this hard, bro. They like, yeah, wait till you like 21.
It was a different sound.
Yeah, it was different, you know what I'm saying? So it's like at the time, I mean, it's like I was being like all the other Richmond rappers, like yelling on the joint, don't let it breathe, like Meek Mill style back in the day.
Right.
So once I moved to Virginia Beach and they heard it, that's when I really got that boost to like just go hard, cause they like, yeah, bro, keep doing this, keep doing this.
That's motivation right there. When people that you don't know, like personally, or you meet along the way,
facts,
are fucking with your music.
It's all with the people you don't know.
Right.
The people you know. I mean, the people your immediate friend group. They gonna fuck with it. They gonna play it. You feel me? But the other people, wherever you from, is just like.
That's where you gonna get the most genuine reaction, right?
Yeah. The other people, they just they gonna know it. They gonna know you. They gonna be like, this good.
Right.
But they gonna go right to the studio and say, I gotta make something better. You know what I'm saying?
It is competition a lot of times, So a lot of times when it be, your partners that do music and stuff like that, I always, not everyone's like that, but there's going to be a lot of people who want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you do better than them, right? And that's just what
I got a couple of partners who make music, man. That's one thing I can say, man. We all be holding each other down, man. I drop, they posted it. They drop, I'm going to post it.
Yeah. Who motivated you musically when you was young? Like, who was you listening to?
Man, when I was young, man, I was listening to Lil Wayne. Like, my favorite song was Hustler Music.
Yeah.
Like, I used to listen to that song on repeat while I used to play Need for Speed on the ground. Just cool. Like, the only song I used to listen to, I used to have it on repeat all day. So I was really rocking with Wayne, you know what I'm saying? In the stun like my daddy era and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 96. I'm kind of young now, but.
That's what I'm saying. You're still young.
Yeah, I'm still young
but
now.
You got a lot of wisdom at your age, though. And, again, in a previous conversation you and I had, I was letting you know that I respect that a lot because, you really out here getting to it. And, a lot of young men at your age are just still being knuckleheads and trying to figure it out. And, not to say you got everything figured out because we still learn as we go, but you have a really good grasp on where you want to go with your journey. But still taking it back, your brothers were doing music?
Yeah. But they was doing music like you know, back in the day, all you had to do was have a little box with the microphone and you rap into the microphone and record it on the tape.
Yeah.
We put the tape in the car and play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they was doing that type of music. But it was like the first time I really went to a real studio, like a super crazy studio. My roommate booked me like a 3-hour session for my birthday, and I was like 15.
Yeah.
So when I walked into that joint, I'm like, man, this joint killing. All them closet studios I've been in.
Right.
So once I seen that joint, I started going there every week. I'm like, I'm gonna be back as soon as I get paid. I used to work at McDonald's back in the day. So as soon as I used to get paid, I was right back at the studio.
What was it like flipping burgers, bro?
I mean, for real, people be talking about flipping burgers. Them shits don't flip, man. Them shits you get squished. Like, them shits don't fucking flip. They don't even flip.
You press it down with a little presser thing?
Yeah, you just press a little button to go down. But it's like when I worked at McDonald's, I was realized like the best worker. I used to be able to do everything. I was the person they always called. I worked at McDonald's and Pizza Hut at the same time. I was the best pizza maker.
See, and that's because whatever you do, and again, you and I talked about this, whatever you do, you want to be the best at it.
Yeah, I got to be the best. This is like.
And you apply everything into that.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the music scene in your area, you know, and specifically for artists that are on the rise, you know, independent artists,
Yeah.
you know, what is it like out there?
Right now it's like I always tell people, it's all lit Richmond artists.
Yeah.
But it's like what they consider lit and what I think is lit is like different. Like people want to be trap rappers, but I'm trying to be mainstream. I'm trying to have longevity. I'm trying to get money out of this for 20, 30 years, you feel me? And it's like the mind state a lot of people where I'm from is, oh, I'm going to get this one lit trap record. And like, it ain't going to work like that if you ain't build no foundation. Anything you get overnight or that you get just too fast, too easy, like, especially if you don't know what you're doing or how to manage it, it's not going to last.
It's certainly not.
It's like it's just like a label. Motherfuckers want to get a deal. What if I get a deal for 100,000? It's like, you get a deal for 100,000, then what? You gonna fuck up the whole 100,000 looking like a rapper. You only understand the budgeting and marketing and all that type of shit. So it's like, then what? So that's what the difference is. Like, they rap, I make music. I'm an artist. You
right.
feel me?
Your mentality on how you go about business is just different.
Facts.
You know, it's above and beyond. You know, so with that being said, have you been working with any other artists in your area?
Yeah, I be working with some, there's a dude named FNF Chop. He just got signed to Pharrell or whatever.
Okay.
But I got a song with him about to drop, but I ain't even really about to drop it right now. Like I told you, I'm on R&B right now. So maybe next summer.
He can sing, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe next summer I might come back out, you know, Mr. Trap Bustin', but it's Mr. Love Doctor right now.
Yeah, so since you mentioned that, let's talk about that, you know, because it's CEO Verse, also known as
Mr. Trap Bustin'.
You know.
But it's Mr. Love Doctor now. Yeah, there you go.
And I love that because that immediately makes it sound like, you know, you really cater to the ladies, but at the same time, you're the voice for a lot of men who don't know how to say what they want to say to the ladies.
Exactly.
Or don't necessarily want to say it, and they're like, let me throw some of this CEO Verse
Yeah,
on
they be feeling like that's what like people be feeling like they too gangster to. Motherfuckers be too gangster to live a regular life. I swear, like they can't do nothing.
Let's talk about that a little bit because that's a thing for me. Like as a female, as a woman, like, you know, I mentioned to you again in another conversation we had that to me, in my opinion, this is my opinion, y'all, that I think it takes more of a man to be able to just sometimes, you know, let your guard down to your lady and, you know, let her know how you feel. Open up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like not feeling like anyone's going to judge you. With that, you know, talk to us about how you came up with the idea of being the Love Doctor, Mr. Love Doctor.
Man, it was really like this. Like I said, Pharrell just had signed Chop, right? So, but Chop had just got out of jail and he was on house arrest. So he got out. I'm like, let me just go over there and give me a feature. So I go get the feature. So I'm like, cool. I'm ready to drop this joint. But I'm like, I ain't even really rushing to drop it because I already know he on house arrest. He ain't gonna be able to shoot the video right now. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chill though. So I flew back to LA the next day. So I'm chilling in my kitchen with my mans from Richmond too. He come over there. So I play him the song when I got the feature back. He like, yeah, you smoked him. You smoked the song, like, but when I'm gonna get something different, bro? Like, you always smoke the trap shit.
Right.
So I was just like, man, what you mean? I don't never say the same thing on the song. all my stuff sound different. He like, but it's just like it's all trap stuff, bro. Like you always
It's all the
slayed. It's
same
just
type
like
of genre.
he like, bro, just go get on something else real fast.
Yeah.
And then I walk right outside, like 15 minutes later, no cap, and I'm smoking a blunt. And my neighbor Derek Milano, you feel me? I play him the same song, and he say, "Yeah, that joint hard. What happened to the R&B song you played me the first time I met you?" So right then and there, I was just like, I don't even want to rap no more.
Be like, yo, this is cool, but where's the other stuff
Yeah,
at?
you know what I'm saying? So it was right then and there. I was just like, I ain't even finna rap no more. I'm ready to go make other type of music. You feel me? I'm like,
you got to.
and then it's like I used to be like, what I realized with the trap music, I be yelling and turned up and I'm talking that shit and I'm flexing on niggas, but it's really that I was angry with these niggas and I just wanted them to know that I was really turned up. But it's like in my soul, I really don't give a fuck about that no more. I've been so turned and shitting on niggas for so long who be hating. It's like my heart really changed. You feel me?
Facts.
So it's like I'm like I want to make some good feel music, like some shit that you know what I'm saying.
There's
Fuck a
there's
hater.
more
You feel me?
longevity for that too,
Exactly.
bro.
So
Like,
my original plan, my original plan was to write a song, and I was gonna take it to Derek and say, "Hey, yo, you think you can try to get this joint sold?" You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know, I sent bro the song, and nigga was just like, "Nah, bro, you hard, bro. You need to fuck with this, bro. You need to get on this lane for real."
Yeah.
So for a nigga of his caliber to say that to me, I'm just like, he ain't telling me nothing wrong. It's like I'm a great trap rapper. I can make R&B music if I really tried.
Right.
So I just tried it.
No, you did it. You did it.
Yeah, I did it. Like,
Take that word. We taking that word out of the vocabulary. But yeah, I really think that when you step outside the box and you experiment, like we talked about, your voice is an instrument. Experiment with it. Use it as such. You're gonna get more attention that way.
Facts.
You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in creating new types of music. And if you think about too, of course, there is hip hop music that's timeless, that's still around. A lot of it came from the era, 90s and 2000
Yeah.
because they were forced to get out here and create a genuine fan base. They didn't have social media.
yeah, but even if you peep, all the music that live on from when I was a kid to now, it won't none of that shoot 'em up, bang bang shit.
It's a lot of love type
You know what I'm
music. and
saying?
That let's love each
Like
other.
you could bring back some T-Pain from 2005 and everybody gonna know this.
And
song.
they
You know what I'm saying? They
'cause
gonna know
it's
every
feel-good
word.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, absolutely. If there was an artist right now that you could work with, who would it be?
I don't really know an artist I want to work with right now necessarily. Like I said, I know I got some new music on the way with my man Derek, and I don't know. I mean, just off of the art that I know I'm gonna create, like after this stuff that I already got on my drop, I ain't really looking for no features or nothing because it's like I'm making this art by myself. It's like I don't need help painting the picture.
Word.
You know what I'm
Absolutely, yeah.
saying?
You on the rise, so let the focus be on you.
Yeah, exactly.
What about production wise? Who are some of the producers you've been working with?
Well, back in the city, I be rocking with Joe Ski. He be making a lot of beats for me. I got this new engineer though. This dude named Troy. He be going dumb on it. Like as far as the engineering, I'm only rocking with him. And for like the beats, it's like a couple of people who make industry beats that I rock with every now and then. But outside of that, it really just be Joe Ski. I just walk in the studio, he be like, "Hey, bro, I just cooked up this joint for you last night."
Because he knows what you like. That's what you got to do. You got to build that chemistry with a couple producers so they know, okay, this one right here is for CEO Burst.
Like like the song that I got with Chop, I just was like, "Yeah, I'm about to put up in the studio." He was like, "Oh yeah, bet. I'm making a beat right now for
you." Is that how he talk for real?
I swear, that's how he talk. He like, "Yeah, bet. I'm at the studio right now making a beat for you. This dude in here keep trying to buy the joint right now." I'm thinking he joking, you feel me?
Yeah.
I walk right in and I'm like, "Oh no," I'm like, "That's it."
That's for
I'm
me.
like, "That's me."
That's me.
I swear, like 10 minutes, I had the hook already, and bro was like, "Oh, I see why you didn't want to sell me the beat, bro, because bro was gonna slay that joint."
Yeah, you slayed it. Talk to us about your creative process, and I know it can be different, but in a situation like that, your producer hits you up and says, "I got this beat for you." Do you immediately start thinking about the hook for it? How do you come up with your song? What's your creative process when it comes to putting your music together?
Well, if I'm making a trap record, it's like it's really gonna be whatever I just did. Like it's my daily life, you know what I'm saying? From like that day, I really had just left Saks. I probably spent like $3,500 in Saks, but I did buy my shorty a purse that day. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
That was
like the
nice.
first thing that popped in my mind to say was shit. I just spent about 2,500 on a fit. That's really what I had just did that
Right.
day. Like
It
I
makes
wasn't even
sense.
going to the studio to rap. I was just riding past it. So it was just like, oh, what you doing, my nigga? I'm about to pull up. So it really just be whatever my life is that day type, or whatever I just did that week, or you know.
That's why you got to do it though, cause people out here they gonna check you if you talking about stuff that you ain't really living.
Yeah, exactly. They waiting. Like people will care about more about catching you in the cap than anything in their life.
And that's big facts, and that happens a lot because you think about when people go to like the shade room and these other, what are they talking about? They calling people out on
Yeah,
stuff.
catch a nigga in the cap. That's it's a new term. They want to catch a nigga in the cap.
Hey, you might need to make that song.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your journey, a highlight and maybe a struggle that you had to overcome. Because one thing about life, we can't skip the struggle, right? We gotta
the struggle was real.
It be real. You know, let's talk about maybe on two sides of that. In life in general, maybe what was, you know, coming up something that you had to overcome, you know, as a youngin'.
Well, as a youngin', if we talking about me as a youngin', or we talking about with the music? Cause this is
We're
like
gonna
we
talk
can
about it
get-
on both sides. We're gonna talk about it outside the music and within the music. And I like to focus on this because somebody else could potentially deal with what you went through,
Facts.
and you could motivate them to push through.
I mean, as a youngin', man, it's like I said, I just always wanted to be the best at everything, right? And most of the time, I was the best at it. So it's like everybody always fucked with me, and I was the funny nigga, and it was always some niggas who was hating. You feel me? It was
Yeah.
like just like in high school, I wasn't even no basketball player, but I was at alternative school, so we used to be playing basketball in the gym. And it's like one day I'm doing bro in on the court, like I'm taking it to the hole on him and everything. So he just keep talking junk. I'm like, bro, like I ain't even really trying to beat you up about no basketball. Like
Right.
just cool as you feel me. So then as soon as the crowd come around, he think it's ready to be some sweet shit, and I had to beat him up. I ended up breaking my hand on him and everything. You feel me?
Damn.
But I still gotta open a soda with my left hand, cut that shit. You feel me? So it's just shit like that. Like I don't know. I was just always
You
good.
had to figure out a way to balance you wanting to be the best at everything, but dealing with the people who didn't want you to be the best at everything.
Exactly. It was like I was the underdog. It's like I'm the nigga they know was good, but they ain't want to win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And I say this a lot, and because I'm the type of person, I keep it always, you know, G with everybody. A lot of times it be the people wearing the same jersey as you who don't want to see you win.
Facts.
And along our journey, we just got to weed them people out. You know what I'm saying?
And then another thing that really messed it up for me, you know, like in school and shit, it's like my daddy had that shit, you feel me? Like he'll put up to the school with that shit on riding in some foreign, you feel me? Like, and then it's like people always felt like, oh, y'all this or y'all got this. And I'm like, bro, that's my daddy shit, bro. Like,
Right, that ain't mine.
nigga, me and that nigga ain't even cool like that for real. Like, I get my own shit, bro, you feel me? But just them seeing that and then me actually being better than these niggas, it's just like, it was always envy, you feel me?
Nah, for real.
And then that shit really just grew.
But I think that makes you stronger, though, because when you got to deal with stuff like that from a young age on up, like, it builds your character.
Right.
You have thick skin. And one thing I know about this music business is you got to have thick skin. You can't be sensitive.
Yeah, no, you can't be sensitive. If you do be sensitive, man, it's only a couple ways, and you better have that bag to go behind your sensitivity, goddamn.
Right. Buy your way out of some
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta buy your way, but yeah, that's the route I really had to take, bro. I had to buy my way in this shit, bro. Like, niggas in my city ain't let me in that shit.
Right.
It was some nigga, what? I'm gonna do this then.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Whatever to get it. So let's talk about, you know, within the music business, how long would you say have you been taking this music seriously? Because, you know, you've been doing it since a young age, but how long did you know, because at some point in time, as an artist, you got to say, you know what, I got to get my business together. I got to get my publishing. I got to make sure, you know, everything is lined up. How long has that been for you?
I mean, I started thinking about this shit like 3 years ago.
Okay, so within those last 3 years, what has been the biggest, like, obstacle that you had to overcome?
Bro, no cap, bro. My biggest obstacle I had to overcome, but I'm kind of glad it went down like this, though. So basically, goddamn, some niggas thought they was coming here to lick one day. I shoot the shit out of everybody. Niggas go to the hospital and get caught, you feel me? Like, you go to the hospital down the street because you finna die, you get caught, right? So instead of niggas being a real nigga and saying, oh, this nigga came home and shot the shit out of us, and they said, oh, he told on us. Bitch, I ain't even know who y'all was. Like, nigga, y'all niggas had on hoodies and everything. I just
Right.
came in there hitting at everybody in my shit, you feel me? So for mad years, it's like half of the shit like, oh, he told on, I'm just like, nigga, you show up to my crib, nigga, you get your ass shot, nigga. Like, like I ain't even finna have this conversation. If you dumb
Facts.
enough to even have this conversation with me, I don't fuck with you, you feel me?
Right.
So it weeded out a lot of fugazi motherfuckers and niggas who just ain't had no mind of their own or couldn't really just think, or fake street niggas who don't understand the street situation. Like, nigga, you get your ass shot by a nigga with a registered gun. He ain't gotta run and flee from no scene at his crib. You feel me?
Period. You protecting your home
So-
and your your family.
Exactly.
You
so,
got every right to do that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that goes on along this journey in this
Yeah.
business. Is like you said, weeding out a lot of fugazi people because
Got to.
people want to get what you got. They
Yeah.
don't want to work for it. There's a lot
And
of
that-
lazy
exactly.
ass people out here, bro. I'm just like, they have no ambition. They want to do just enough to get by.
Exactly.
And those are the ones you got to be mindful of. Cause
You
they
be
gonna try to-
mindful of, exactly, because those the ones that'll switch on you, you feel me? It's like, you can't leave them in the room with no money on the counter type shit.
You got to keep your head on a swivel.
But all
For
that
real.
shit was great that it went down like that, you feel me? Because it was just like earlier this year, like the biggest blog in the city, these niggas finally get a hold of the real paperwork, you feel me? Know what I'm saying? So once they get a hold of the real paperwork, they hit me up like, oh yeah, we about to drop this. I'm like, nigga, I ain't even seen this shit, but I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like, bitch, don't play with me though. Like, you know what I'm saying? They dropped the joke, nigga. That shit saying, up QB they ain't no shit. That nigga just know he showed up at his house and shot the shit out of niggas. Like, period, you feel me? So then it was like, damn, bruh, the whole time. Nah, my nigga, all y'all keep that same energy, bro. Like,
Nah,
nigga, I've
for
been over
real.
here getting rich as fucking real life the whole time, bro. So I ain't even need, you feel me? So this whole time, I just been really getting money, my nigga, and only the real street niggas really been locked in this whole time. So now it's like, now all these cap niggas and all these fake wannabe rappers and shit be trying to lock in. But I ain't, niggas bread ain't right. It ain't no locking in. I'm locking in with the niggas who was holding that shit down through this whole shit. Cause it's like, my niggas real loud might be at one of their partners' house
Right.
and put my shit on the TV. And they'll get to arguing with one of they niggas like, bro, you ain't finna play with my nigga. Like, nigga, I call my nigga right here right now. What y'all niggas wanna do, you feel me? So a whole lot of that shit went down for like I said, like the last 3 years. But then it's like, they covered that story on the blog. These motherfuckers only care about what they see on the blog, you
That's
feel me?
right.
So it's like, my word ain't mean nothing all this time. Until the blog went to go say it. And then it was just like, oh, he's the fucking GOAT. We love him. He's been getting rich on y'all niggas the whole time. He's killing it. He's putting on for the city. Whole time, bro, I don't even fuck with niggas no more, you feel me?
Right.
Like, niggas put me through so much, I had to go so hard, bro. It's like, nigga, I still got hate in my heart. Like, niggas been asking me for no show in the city, nigga, I want an extra 5 racks.
Nah,
like,
for real.
Cause I remember when I was calling the clubs in the city saying, can I get on the show? $1,000 for a 3-minute slot.
That's
Damn, nigga, I wasn't
crazy.
even no $1,000 trap nigga back then. You feel me? I ain't
Right.
even really have it, but I was still coming up off that shit.
Nah,
You
for
feel me?
real.
Go back to my plug, like, look, bro, what happened was
What
I fucking around,
happened
spent the
was-
band to perform at main stage last night. Nigga, like, what? Like, nigga, I ain't even see you. It was only 3 minutes probably before you got there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So,
that's so.
And I got tired of that shit. So once I really got some money, like you said, it's like, is you gonna be emotional gangster with the bag? So what I said is, all right, fuck the promoters. Who the club owner? Hey, let me buy the whole night out. What you want, 5
nah,
bands?
for real, cause you gonna make all that back and then some.
So
Cause you
that's-
you got a boss mentality.
Exactly. And it was really on some, nigga, I just wanted to rap from the jump. And niggas wanted to not let me rap, so like I really had to go out here and get some money to pull off these stunts and shit. And then it was like, oh, you think you gonna go buy the whole night out? Like, who this nigga think he is? Oh, we called in every club telling him don't sell him no night, nigga.
But
We
like,
don't
I'm
go-
about to show you who I am.
Yeah, like, so, I don't know. I just had to, I took the long way, bro. Like, I took the long way.
But you
and I ain't
appreciate
tripping.
it more, cause you really worked for everything.
I worked for that shit.
Ain't nobody hands you shit.
Niggas
you-
took away.
They try, yeah, they
Niggas
taking
took
away
away.
from you, and you out here working for it. So
Cap.
on the flip side of that, along your music journey, what's been like a highlight moment for you?
Man, my highlight, man, I had a couple of highlight moments, low key. Like, I'm gonna say my highlights moment starts coming back to back. Probably like when I dropped this joint called Recession. I dropped this song called Recession. It was the middle of the pandemic when COVID first hit. You know, they're like, oh, don't go outside. You can't do this. I dropped this song, Recession. Like, nigga, it's the recession. The bags coming in, the bitches compressed, and we still get them gone. Like,
Please
nigga,
believe
we
it.
still getting it in, and we
Yeah.
outside still. So all the trap niggas was like, oh, we on this shit. Like, fuck what they talking about. It's a recession, but we still like, I'm feeling this joke, my nigga. So once I dropped that joke, that shit was running up. That shit did almost like 100,000 views. So then I'm like, yo, I'm really about to go dumb. Then I called Fujiano. I did a song with Fujiano called Do It Again. So I dropped that joint, and then he ended up coming to the city. We shot the video, but I messed up, bro, because I shot the video like in a real trap, you feel me? So like half of the city was dead ass like in my crib, like
Damn.
in my shit, like, and I'm telling these niggas, yeah, that's the Airbnb. And all my trap niggas like, you got all these niggas in the trap like this, and I'm like, yo, they don't know what's the trap. Stop saying it's the Airbnb, like. So after that shit, it was just getting shit. That shit made me hot for real, for real. That shit got me hot with the law and shit. You feel me? It's like, cause now they like. We see this nigga every day. We don't really see him doing too much, but nigga, you getting money like that, and you just brought this nigga to the hood, and you just had the whole hood banging like that, and you from the other side of town, like, hold on, who the fuck is this nigga? So that shit made me hot, you feel me? Then I kept getting pulled over and shit, leaving the crib, and it's just like,
they was
I ain't
watching.
smart, I'm smart enough not to hide, you know what I'm saying? I just kept getting pulled over and shit, man, goddamn. But we was sharing rental cars and shit, man, so one day I fuck around, jump in the wrong fucking rental car. But that shit was in the way.
Any thoughts of ever moving outside your city to somewhere like Atlanta, perhaps?
No, I moved to LA. Yeah, I just live in LA now. I live in Richmond, Virginia still, but.
But you back and forth. Okay, so what's it like out there in LA for you? How's that treating you?
LA lit. I ain't gonna wear LA lit. I rock with LA probably cause that's where the money is, bro. It's like if you in LA, bro, you got some type of motion.
You gotta get money out there.
You got some type of motion, like, and you can go to LA and be rich as fuck and just be a nobody.
Right.
You feel me? It's like late nights out here in Atlanta. I ain't finna just be wilding out by myself with all my jewelry on.
Nah, for real.
In LA, I would pull up 4 o'clock in the morning at Barry's by myself with all my jewelry on, and I don't even give a fuck. I'm chilling. Cause if a nigga ain't coming with his whole goddamn gang, I ain't coming about shit anyway. You feel me? But out Atlanta, this shit different out here. Yeah. Man, nigga, I'm leaving this shit at the house. Cause these niggas, nigga, you take your shit in the book bag or anything, bro. Niggas steal the whole goddamn car.
They sure will.
These niggas steal everything.
Listen, the first year I moved here, I learned my car got broken into 3 times the first year I was here. So I quickly, in that first year, learned the do's and the don'ts, how to move in this city. So we love this city, but you gotta move. Yeah,
you gotta move like, hey, they'll swallow your ass up out here. Nigga sold me a fake Airbnb out here before.
Oh, that's scammers.
I swear, I booked the Airbnb. I pull up to the jump, knocking on the door.
Somebody was living in there.
I can't get in this jump. Chinese dude open the door. I'm like, yeah, this for the Airbnb. I'm like, what they done double booked it? I'm like, I think this is my weekend. He like, no. He like, I just moved here last month, no Airbnb. I'm like, bro. I back up, I'm looking at the joint, I'm like, this is the house, bro. Like, I ain't even finna play these games, bro. Like, he like, no, cities, I just moved here, my family, a month ago, no Airbnb. So I'm going through the pictures with him. I'm like, bro, you see this, right? Like, he like, yeah, no, not here. So now at this point, it's like 12:30 in the morning. I'm in Atlanta. I done got dropped off. Dropped off by the Uber with the suitcase. My phone on like 3%, and I done got scammed.
And they do that. They even like rent homes out here. Like go on Craigslist and they'll like put rental homes out there that are already like sold or rent. I'm just like, bro, y'all ain't got nothing better to do.
Nothing else better to do
than damn scam people.
Now, I knew Atlanta was the GOAT when bro said he bought a MacBook from offline from down here, right? And when he got the joint, it was a piece of cardboard wrapped with gray electrical tape with the Apple joint sticked on it. I said, yo, hey, they the GOATs in Atlanta. Like, they took some good ass pictures of that shit.
Ooh, it's funny, but it's not funny. Yeah, it wasn't funny to him.
Yeah, I know bro was soft.
So let's talk about your merch. You know, like you got a really dope brand. You know, tell everybody about, you know, what you got going on, hats and hoodies and everything else. Yeah,
the brand is Cash Enhancements Only. You know, that's what the CEO and CEO verse mean, Cash Enhancements Only. And it's just like if you wake up every day trying to enhance your cash, your bread, your brand, it's just your value, then you should fuck with it.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? It's self-explanatory. Like, that's the only thing we trying to do is enhance around this motherfucker.
So what would be, you've been working for a long time, you know, like you said, taking it back. You started out, you know, out there doing lawns and you worked at McDonald's and you came from very humble beginnings, but you worked hard for everything that you got, and you still young, you still got a long way to go. What would be like something you would drop on somebody, like a gym, if somebody's like lost out here trying to find their way in business, and what, without giving them too much, what would it be? What advice would you give them?
Man, like for the kids, and you know what I'm saying, like people who like work like real jobs and just ain't in the streets and stuff like that. I mean, my biggest thing I can probably tell them is to just, you gotta put out less than you get in. Like, it's like if you already work a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, it ain't easy. I used to work a 9 to 5, you feel me?
I think we
But
all
it's like
have. Yeah.
I could be saving up good for a whole month, and I go to the club one weekend. It's just like, damn, I'm back paycheck to paycheck, bro, because I went to the club one weekend. You feel me?
Right.
So it's just like you just gotta really have your priorities together, and it's like I said, you gotta get in more than you put out. Like you only should be spending 30 to 40% on or 50% on taking care of your regular daily life. You need to be able to save half of whatever you touching type. You know what I'm saying?
Because they you hear people talk about, some people are literally one paycheck away from being broke.
Yeah, real shit.
If they lose their job within 2 weeks, they might lose their house next. So you have to figure out multiple ways of creating
and
income.
The biggest mistake that I feel like a lot of people be making is like when you do get that new job, or you do start making that money, or you do save up, motherfuckers always want to go and upgrade their life. Like as soon as they get some more money, oh, I'm getting a new car. Get some more money, I'm getting a new house. Oh, I need these J's now. Oh, I'm about to go shopping. It's just like, nah, you gotta just stay content, stay down.
Yeah.
It's like, that was my problem at first. It was just like every time I got some more money, it was like I knew how lit I was supposed to be, you feel me? So it's like I was always trying to catch up in my mind to where I know I was supposed to be at. When really, I mean, I might not necessarily been living outside my means, but it was like I should have waited and did shit a little different and saved a little bit more. I be looking back like, damn, I touched all that bread and that. Like, I don't be saving right, you feel me? Even now, you feel me? Like, a nigga got bread, but it's like if a nigga save, yeah, like.
And I mean, because there's that some point in your life you don't want to have to work as much as you are. You want to be able to enjoy what you've worked so hard for.
Exactly. Take off a week.
And that's a good piece of advice, just be mindful and budget yourself. You know what I'm saying? Still enjoy it. You don't want to work hard and not do anything.
Right.
But like you said, don't be out here splurging every single day either. What are some of the other things that we can expect coming up? We right now, we almost through 2021. I'm like, these last 2 years been a blur with this pandemic and everything. But, let's say coming into 2022, I'm really big on not necessarily doing resolutions and all that, but of course you got to set goals for yourself, and we got to outdo ourselves. That's the only person we're in competition with is ourselves, right? So in 2022, what are we going to see from you that we haven't seen as of yet, business wise, musically?
Business wise, music, the main thing I'm gonna be on next year is I'm about to just figure out how to just be the marketing guru. Like I'm trying to finesse like Drake. When Drake drop an album, you don't hear nothing else and you don't see nothing else but Drake.
Right.
It's Drake on the radio, Drake on the billboards.
He is the GOAT with that.
It's just Drake everywhere. So I don't know, like this whole next year, I'm just going in on marketing. I'm doing everything that the next person ain't gonna do.
Right.
Like I'm about to wrap my old whip right now, and I'm gonna pay somebody to drive around the city all day, every day.
Absolutely, most definitely, and you that's like a billboard on wheels. Speaking of that, have you done that? Have you got any billboards out there in other cities?
Yeah, last year I used to have 2 artists or whatever, so I had got them on the billboard. I already be out here in the streets, so I wasn't trying to be on no billboard in my city for them to be like, oh, this nigga think he finna be out here like this and on the billboard. Let's get his ass. So,
Dang.
I said, no, I ain't going to that motherfucker. I said, you go up there. I'll put you on that joint. What don't you want? You want to get on this one?
Right.
All right.
Which one you want? I got you, bro.
Shit.
Nah, absolutely. You just got to figure out ways to stand out.
Thanks.
Too many people try to fit in, and that's why they don't level up. They want to sound like the next artist. They want to look like the next artist.
Fitting in just be so lame.
It is lame.
Because it's just like one thing
It's
about
lame,
it.
y'all.
Whatever style you done went hard to fit into it, that motherfucker show about to switch. You should have had your own style the whole time.
Word.
Because
Absolutely.
then you just stay in style forever. Like once It's like no cap. When I get on, I'm gonna be like, man, you know how like since Lil Baby got on, all he did was just drop and consistently drop and just
Yeah.
keep getting better. I'm already slaying shit now, and I just can't wait till I can really just lock in and say, okay, you know what? I just ran up $3 million off of screens this year. You know what? Next year, let me figure out how I'm gonna make 10. I'm dropping 3 albums on their ass.
Outdoing what you did
Yeah.
before. And that's what you got to do, man. You got to stay consistent with being consistent and figuring out ways. Whatever you did 2021, 2022, if you did 5 interviews this year, you better do 7, 8, 10 next year.
Exactly.
You got to just figure out ways to consistently level up. Is there anything else that you got coming up? Any albums in the works? I know you've been dropping some singles. Any projects or anything in the works that people can stay tuned for?
Yeah, my next, I don't know if it's gonna be the EP or if I'm gonna just drop the whole album, but it's probably just gonna be an EP. I'm gonna drop an EP called Swag Sealed with a Kiss. Straight R&B shit.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, I try to get him to sing for me, y'all. One of these days, I'm gonna get you to sing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
one of these
let
days,
us
man.
hear that voice. What else you got going on while you in the city?
Maybe everywhere doing everything, like anything you can think of. But the last couple of days, I ain't gonna. Well, I've been fucking around with Clay and them in the strip clubs. I've been in all the
You
strip.
can't come to
I'm
Atlanta
in
and not
I'm
go
in
to
the
the strip
day.
club.
I'm in there at night. I'm in there in the evening. We on there on breakfast shit.
Breakfast,
Hey, look, we
lunch,
that
and
playing. Hey,
dinner.
spin that joint again. They like, oh, this show, I like this. I bet. That's right. Shake that ass to it.
But
That's
you
right.
know what though? Like keeping it all the way G, that's one of the best places to get your record broke.
Facts.
When I first moved to Atlanta, one of my first hosting gigs was at Magic City. I was hosting every Tuesday night at Magic City.
Okay.
And I would see a lot of artists come through every week to get their record played.
Yep.
And there was Future and Thug and all them guys were always in there just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like people who could potentially help you or put you in a
Yeah,
better
exactly.
position. That's one of the, and Slick too, if you got a record of the females, like they're gonna request to play that on their set.
Yeah.
That's one of the best places to get your record broke.
Yeah.
Have you pulled up to Magic City since you've been here?
I don't think I've been to Magic City yet, man. I've been at Platinums and
Blue
Yep.
Flame?
yeah, we went to Blue Flame. We accidentally went to Pink Ponies. We accidentally went
I'm
there.
about to die right now.
We didn't sign up for this. Stroud had us out this motherfucker. We out here, Atlanta. We out here.
He said we accidentally pulled up there.
The Pink Pony.
Woo! Yeah, sometimes, you know, things happen on accident and you just know
Yeah.
not to do it again, right?
Yeah.
What else, anything else you got coming that you want to let everybody know about?
Man, you know I've been doing. I do dog breeding now.
Oh yeah, let's talk. I
Yeah.
forgot about that, bro.
Yeah, I
like
do
talk
dog
about
breeding.
that.
Yeah, I got this nice ass little American bully. She cost me a pretty penny. I'm waiting for her to come in the heat. She should be coming in the heat like this month coming up sometime. And I'm ready to breed her with this dog in China.
See, that's the thing. You think outside the box when it comes to this business. I don't even want to say music business because it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's way big.
It's
Man,
bigger
look,
than that. There's
the
so many
music
ways
is
to get out
just-
here and make money.
Yeah, the music is just like everything else in your life got to be right if you think music gonna work. Like
Word.
it's like for all the artists that be out there really thinking that their life is just gonna be straight off of music. Like, bro,
No,
I'm
that's-
sorry.
You
to
sadly
tell you.
mistaken.
Sorry to tell you, you better have some real emotion out here.
Because it comes to a point in time where you might always have a passion for music, but you're not going to want to be in the studio at 55 years old still recording trap music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
facts.
at that point in time, you're going to still want to work, but it's going to be focused on something different.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why at a young age, you got to figure out what are the things I'm passionate about, because those are the ones that you're going to make the most money off of.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy doing it. You don't mind getting up every day doing certain things, and you got to figure out ways to make money while you're sleeping.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
That way that money is just residually coming in.
Yeah. And then another thing, everybody don't gotta be a rapper.
Please don't
It's
everybody,
like,
please,
everybody wanna be a rapper. It's like, Lord,
please don't do that.
we got enough rappers already. Like, just do something else. Like, go make a beat or learn how to engineer it or learn how to work the camera or be a content creator or learn how to
Right.
do marketing. It's like, I'm tired. I don't want no more new rappers coming out.
I don't either, because I get tired of I get like 800 a day that hit me with a Spotify link asking me to give them feedback. I said, bro, if I listened to every artist that sent me their music, I wouldn't have time to do shit else.
There it is.
Y'all gotta pay me to do that now at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because that's time consuming.
Like I just said in this little mini EPK I just shot, it's 1 million little babies. We don't need no more of those. We need some real music. And that's what's about to come back out. See, that's what's about to come back. It's about to be back to that 2010, 11, 12 era, you know what I'm saying, when it was that real good music coming out.
Even Slick some before that, because I'm an OG, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you, my era of really like loving music, Slick was like late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. And you think about some of the artists that came out during that time, like you even mentioned like T-Pain, he was, slightly after. Yeah. But those artists that came out during that era, you can still put them on today and people are going to know it word for word. You can still vibe out to it because they made that timeless kind of music. That's what we got coming from CEO Verse.
Yeah, timeless music.
Timeless music, bro. Listen, I wish you nothing but success on your journey, on everything you got going on.
Appreciate it.
Like, you are all around ultimate hustler and you've got good energy. One thing I always talk about, and I stand on this, is I don't care how much money someone got. If they an asshole, I don't want to deal with them, bro. Like, that stress of dealing with, and I'm sure everybody that's in here right now would agree, someone is a fucking asshole. I don't care how much money you got. Exactly. You ain't fixing to stress me out.
Exactly.
You got great energy, bro.
And let me speak for I got to speak for the men. That's kind of how we feel about the bad bitches. It's like, don't nobody want no bougie ass bad bitch. Like, don't come over here acting all bougie.
Right.
And shit.
For
like,
what?
I don't like that.
Nah. For what?
I don't like that.
Because that energy is like, one thing I know about energy, it cannot be destroyed. It can be transferred. So if someone comes around you with some negative ass energy, you can't kill that.
Yeah, you transferring it all on me.
You transferring all on you.
Sprinkling it all on my good.
You said sprinkling it?
Yeah.
That's my dog, man. I fuck with you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Tell
you talk so sweet. I like your accent. I like your accent.
I appreciate that. Hey, listen, because you know what? I'm from Tampa. I live in Atlanta. And just a quick backstory. This ain't about me, but how Industries Most Wanted got started. I've been on radio. I've been a radio personality for over 10 years. And I started out with DJ Clue in New York.
Okay.
Right? So I spent 3 years working with Desert Storm Radio, DJ Clue. So it's like I kind of picked up on that side, but I'm still living in Florida, but coming back and forth to Atlanta. So it just like kind of picked up a little bit of everything.
You got a little lingo now.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm an OG in this, y'all. I know I look good, but I'm an OG. I'm old enough to be your mama. Tell everybody where they can keep up with you, bro.
Yeah, you can keep up with me on Instagram at CEO_verse. I'm Sean Verse on Facebook. And then it's just CEO Verse on everything else. Apple Music, Spotify. TikTok. I got to figure out what my name is on TikTok. I got to get on this TikTok. Look, yeah, they be going so hard on TikTok. I'm about to be on TikTok.
Bruh, like, I don't even know what to do on there. Like,
I just get on there and I be looking like, hey, I be calling my homeboy. I'm like, hey, how you do that little voiceover jump when the girls say that? What you do?
Yeah, I don't even know how to do none of that stuff.
Yeah, that thing is a whole nother platform. It's like, this shit is litter than Instagram.
It is. And sadly, I haven't touched it. I need to get on it too. When I got into this shit, Instagram didn't even exist, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was still Facebook and Twitter and, Instagram wasn't even a thing. So it's like, it's so hard to keep up with everything. Who you got with you today, man? All your partners came through, man.
Yeah, man. I got the gang with me today, man.
Y'all don't want to come show yourself on camera real quick?
Yeah, man. We got the gang with us, man.
Come walk over here, you know what I'm saying? Come sit with us for a second.
I got my man Derek Milano in here, you know what I'm saying? Gang.
I'll tell y'all this, right? This nigga right here, next up. You heard it from me first.
Come sit over here with us.
Yeah, my nigga.
I don't just co-sign people, so you know what I'm saying? This is my dog from the first time I met him. I was kind of nervous at first because I got a lot going on. He really was keeping it cool.
You got nice teeth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Man, cause I'm so low key. So when I saw him, like, damn, who lives across the street from me? Cause just got my grandma, like, who is this? So I paid attention to peep the scene, and one day, like he said, I drove by and I saw him and his people outside. I'm like, let me speak, cause I'm a good person, and let me just know who lives there. And his energy from the jump was just amazing. And I know how it was coming up, like just trying to, cause shoot, I did some of your showcases.
Yeah.
I was signed to Dog Man for a year and a
Right,
half,
right.
2 years in Orlando, JT and all of them. So, you know, I know how it is when you hustling and you really want to make ends meet.
It ain't shit ain't easy.
My manager T over here been with me since 2015. So, like, just watching him, and I'm like, damn, he doing the same thing I was doing. Like,
Yeah.
he hustling just how I'm doing. So, you know, the most I could do and the least I could do is help. Trying to stay out of trouble. He's staying focused. He putting on for his city, looking out for his friends. He looking out for the people that's around him. He's making amazing music, and I would just feel like a bad person if I ain't reach out and look out for somebody like that. So whatever I could do, you know, I always gonna open up that door. And, you know, I just want to see him win because he's talented. And he's not too many people that sound like him either. Like he said, there's a lot of artists that sound like each other, but, man, Verse got his own voice. He got his own look. He got his own style, his own swag. The way that he, like, approaches certain things is completely different. And that's what I really pay attention to. So
That's love,
you
bro.
got it. You got the hustle. And people, and that's the part that people forget, like that hard work. Like, he hit me. Yeah, I'm going to be in Atlanta all week doing interviews. I hit my team. I'm like, yo, we don't have nothing set up.
Let's pull up.
I said, we don't have nothing set up. I was like, you know what? I hit Wayne. I was like, oh, yeah, we do. And I said, let me pull up on my bro real quick. And, you know, while I'm out here, whatever I could do, like, just with him, wherever I'm at, introduce and plug him into the same people that, you know, help me, because that's what we did. We'll tell you. That's all we was asking for was just help. And some people just didn't want to do it. I'm like, damn, why?
They sure don't.
Damn, how you like?
We did something
But you
wrong.
know what it was, bro? They knew you was gonna be great, bro. That's what it was. They knew you was gonna be great, bro.
That's what I
Great, bro.
That's what I learned about this city, man. You got to find your way out here, because when I first moved here, people were that I didn't know were very standoffish, and I was like, dang, should I be taking it personally? I was like, nah, they just don't see my grind yet. That means I just got to get out here and work hard and get involved in everything I can to let them know, you know. Of course, shout out OG Bigger Ranking, Kingpin, they the ones that brought me to the city, but I was like, I don't want people to know me because of them. I want them to know because of me.
Name.
You know what I'm saying? So what's up?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
man.
sir. This my
So I'm Pac. Yeah, you go ahead.
yeah. This Pac, man. This like, man, Pac do so much, bro. It's like he don't even got like one title, like. So, bro run, you know, my marketing, you know. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? He the CFO with it, so you don't think you about to finesse me on no cheese, because if Pac ain't with it, it ain't going down. You know what I'm saying? He do all the scheduling and stuff too, so that's who y'all hit up for the shows and all that. So Pac just a man, bro. If you can't get up with me, get up with Pac, and shit, anything I know, he know.
We've had such a dope business relationship for such a long time, and I appreciate you, because I'll tell you, like, doing what I do, I do so many different things within this business, but you know one of the things I do is I work with you on artist stuff, and I'm just like, some of these people are so hard to deal with because they're unprofessional, they're unorganized. When you come to me and we working together, I never have a worry about nothing, because you know you got it all the way together. So I appreciate you, man, for real. You the GOAT with this.
I be trying, like I said.
No, you don't. You be doing.
Yeah, we do. You're right. I heard that over there, but nah. Me and Verse go way back. I built the studio out in Virginia with this producer named Young Land.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, so he was coming to the studio. I kind of do something called music administration. It's like pretty much I just help local artists get the return on their investment. You know, everybody spends so much money on their music, but nobody really knows how to make the money back. So that's just why I started. Then me and Verse been back and forth for a long time, for like a year and a half or so, maybe even longer. But like what I noticed about him was different was, even if we didn't talk for a month or 2 months, he ain't stopped moving.
Yeah.
A lot of artists that I deal with is like, they just sitting on their hands waiting on me or something, and then I be moving. So it just, when we talk, it's like he done leveled up again.
Yeah.
He done leveled up again, and I'm just like, he called me and was like, hey, bro, I'm about to turn up, bro. I need you to come to LA. No lie, I went to LA for a week, and I ain't left.
You can't help but want to work with someone like that.
Yeah, so it's just been a blessing, and I just feel like a lot of artists that I meet, they are talented. Like, they have, the music is there,
Yeah.
but they don't have the other stuff. It's like they want to do the easy stuff. They want to go to the studio. They want to shoot the music videos, but they don't want to get out here and grind. They don't want to get out here and really invest. And it's like, I get to a point with artists where it's just like, it's pulling teeth to get them to do certain things.
Facts.
But with Verse, it's just like, if it makes sense to him and I can explain it to him, he understand it, And if it's something that he believe in, we gonna be there.
But look, I mean,
You know
look
what
at
I'm
how much he got going on at such a young age. You can't help but respect that.
Right.
You gotta respect his hustle.
Sure.
And I appreciate all of y'all being here today, man.